So any word then from the airlines, or for that matter the authority?
Well, Jeremy, it seems as though everything is in order here today, despite the fact that yesterday hundreds of passengers were left stranded due to delays and cancellations after the Civil Aviation Authority grounded a number of aircrafts. We spoke to Mango earlier this morning, and they indicated that all is well. All the aircrafts are back in the air, as well as Comair. So it seems that everything is in order, but we just need to get word from SAA in terms of their aircrafts and their flights, how they are being affected today. We're joined by Tladi, SAA spokesperson. Thank you so much, Tladi, for your time. Speak to us about the status of SAA flights. We know that yesterday about 4 flights were affected. What's the status like today?
We are pleased to announce and indicate that the majority of our aircraft that were affected by the compliance checks have now been gone through the processes and have now been certified as compliant and have been released back into service. What this means is that approximately 25 of our aircraft were affected by this particular process, and we can indicate that 80% of those have gone through the processes and they are now operating. The balance thereof are receiving attention and they should be released into service soon.
So the balance isn't affecting any flights, no delays, no cancellations. I know it's only 20% of your aircrafts that are being affected currently, but are they affecting flights at all?
It is 20% of the aeroplanes that had been identified to fall under the category of this compliance checks. So, as matters stand, these are not affecting any of our operations. Even the impact yesterday was very minimal because we experienced the delays in the form of 4 flights being affected. However, through our contingency plans that were in place at that time, we were able to combine the flights and ensure that the passengers are able to travel to their final destinations. When you look at the records, we are able to indicate that the regional flights as well as the international flights were operating as per normal. So the impact was only in the domestic that affected only 4 flights.
I understand that the Civil Aviation Authority will brief the media tomorrow in terms of the grounding of these planes, but the work that's being done by SAA Technical, are you guys confident that your aircrafts are okay, they're in order, you guys are making sure that the maintenance and repairs of these aircrafts are in top form, because we're talking about air safety here. It's very important in terms of making sure that all aircrafts are safe. Are you guys confident in the work that you're doing at SAA Technical?
Safety is not negotiable. Safety is not discretionary. We have to be compliant, and that is the very part of this whole thing that is giving us the comfort that despite the work that can be done by any maintenance and repair organization, we have the comfort that an inspector, which is an independent third party, and in this case the regulator, will come and oversee the work that is done, and they will identify the areas, and in terms of the rules of engagement, they look at the regulations, and based on the severity of the issues, they will tell us what steps need to be taken. In this instance, the issues were identified and brought to our attention, and as the airlines, we took steps to self-ground in order to attend to these matters. After rectifying these defects, we went back to the regulator and presented evidence. Hence, we are able to indicate that more than 20 of our aircraft that were affected by this particular compliance checks are back in the skies, and our operations are as per normal.
Great. Thank you so much, Tladi. We appreciate your time. So there you have it. It appears as though Comair, Mango, as well as SAA have all their aircrafts back in the air. They are dealing with the remaining of the issues, and we'll hear from the Civil Aviation Authority tomorrow, as well as the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, on what exactly happened when they decided to ground these aircrafts. Jeremy?
All right, Heidi Jokos, thank you.